Alright, so we're gonna watch this video because I wanted to get you guys' opinion, right? I'm not gonna say who I agree with yet, but there's some great questions and some great dialogue going on here. So I want to watch this, and we're gonna discuss it as we watch. I'll probably chime in here and there, but I really want to mostly let them get this out because I think they both have great points, but I just want to see who agrees with who.
Further speak about what we saw here on the Breakfast Club. Let's pay attention.
Let's pay attention. Ain't that what he said?
He never said I could be gone in 3 years.
What does it matter though? His contract.
I'm gonna tell you why it matters. I'm about to tell you right now why it matters. Because he damn wrong. Now, if he told them, if I'm gonna go back and study some more, but from what I seen him say, he was not that direct. But if he was, and that's not what I saw, so we disagree there. But if he was, he's still wrong, but it's a low level because at least you was transparent and you gave him informed consent. They knew you could leave at any time.
That's right.
Okay? Still wrong. I'm gonna explain in a minute. Now, if he didn't tell them that, okay? And I'm hearing from people who know athletes on that team that they were not told it that way.
They weren't listening.
And they're upset.
Because he said that on 60 Minutes.
Okay? He didn't say it that way, Charlamagne. I saw that.
He did.
He did not. No, he didn't. Now, if he did not do it that way, that automatically means that Deion Sanders used, abused, and exploited HBCU Jackson State just to be given an opportunity to show predominantly white institutions that he could coach. If he only used them as a stepping stone to getting a job at a white college, he was dead wrong, Sanders. Now, the reason I'm so personally disappointed in Deion is I thought he was there for a movement, not for money. Meaning, Deion Sanders, the coach of Jackson State, I foresaw a situation where Deion would hire other coaches, other retired black NFL greats to coach other HBCUs. In doing so, you attract our top tier high school athletes to come to HBCU.
Maybe.
Stay with me.
Eddie George, that's Tennessee
Stay with
State.
me. Stay with me. Football about, like I know, if you got top tier NFL greats coaching HBCUs, the athletes are coming just like they was coming for Deion. He showed you, Charlamagne.
Deion, though.
He showed
Dr.
you.
Umar.
And his other one's just
Deion's
as
one of the
great.
most famous people ever.
And his other one's just as great. So listen.
Eddie George at Tennessee State.
That's one person. We talking about a system, not an individual. So, depending on white money, you got HBCUs at risk of being closed. I read something that said almost a half of them. A half may not survive the decade. So this was bigger than football. This was about the survival of the HBCU.
It's bigger than Deion,
especially,
though, Dr. Umar.
no,
Yes,
no.
it is. I think.
So I wanted to play that, and I want you to build on that some. For those of you unaware with that clip, and just to give some context and some groundwork around it, that clip was in reference to Dr. Umar's opinion about Deion Sanders leaving Jackson State and headed up to Colorado to coach that team. You mind building on that? I want us to have that conversation.
Sure. First, I want to say that I have tremendous respect for Deion Sanders and what he's done. For a long time, he was one of my favorite NFL players. I have nothing negative to say about him as a human being or as a man. We're speaking about his obligation to the black community and what he was in position to do to help secure the legacy of HBCUs. Now, the other day, Deion Sanders...
Hold on, before you go.
Sure.
Because I know you got a lot. You believe Deion can secure the future of HBCU?
I believe he had a strong chance of being able to lay the foundation for doing so, yes.
So laying the foundation and securing is different. We can...
Not necessarily, because we have to see it in motion. But the point is, Deion Sanders was bringing top recruits to Jackson State.
Right.
I saw Deion Sanders as being the catalyst of a movement where ex-NFL greats and NBA greats would occupy the coaching ranks at the premier HBCU campuses, pulling all of our talent that is exploited by the PWI back to the HBCU. College athletics is a multi-billion-dollar business. We have at least 40% of HBCUs right now in danger of being closed down. We tried to buy one. There's a few more that just closed down in the past year. If you lose the HBCU, you lose middle-class Black America.
Just for the record, like where I'm at, we only got 2 HBCUs in our state, Central State and Wilberforce, and that's facts. Like I went to Central State, like yeah, like the money is less. Yeah, I'll say that, and there's a bad stigma on the schools. I remember as an RA, they didn't even want. It was like a specific company. They didn't want to even print our RA shirts because we was an HBCU. Wilberforce, they almost went out. You know, that's when Beyonce ended up. You know, she wasn't the main source, but she helped. She gave scholarship money to them and things like that. So, from my experience, I can back that up. That's true, man. That is definitely true. Like the HBCUs ain't got the most money.
The HBCU is responsible for more than 50% of our attorneys, 50% of our engineers, 50% of our teachers, 50%
Scientists.
of our doctors, if I didn't say that already.
No.
So the HBCU has single-handedly kept a professional class in Black America. You just had a situation, as I mentioned to Charlemagne, where the Supreme Court just threw out affirmative action in college admission, which means white colleges no longer have to pursue the Black student anymore. That just made HBCUs more critical. If they don't survive, the Black middle class and or professional class doesn't survive. When Deion showed up at Jackson State, and I've spoke to players after that interview, players who told me Deion did not tell us he could leave. Not that quickly. Multiple players.
But at what point do we?
But let me finish that point.
Go ahead.
So therefore, you come to this HBCU, you see the change that you're able to generate. Why not systematize this so the HBCU can now compete with the Alabamas and the Florida States for that football revenue, that basketball revenue, those top recruits. And now the HBCU doesn't have to worry about handouts and contributions from alumni and celebrity Blacks, because you're now bringing in enough revenue on an annual basis from your athletic programs, the same way Duke and Carolina do, to sustain the university. Deion Sanders could have went down in history as one of the greatest Black men in American history.
You don't think so?
Had he, say that again.
You don't think he's still going down in history?
As an athlete, but that's irrelevant to me. I don't care about athletes. I care about Black success.
As a coach, you don't think he's going down?
As what
As
coach?
a coach.
He may. I don't know what the future holds, but that's not important to me.
So what is he? What would he?
Because
you're
athletics,
saying, okay.
athletics does not in any way, shape, form, or fashion compare to Black survival and success. I don't care how many trophies you got, how many rings you got. That does not compare to where we end up as a people.
Is sports athletics a portal or a portal to power though?
How is it a portal to power when less than 50% of Black Division I male athletes graduate within 4 to 5 years, and at least 40% of them never graduate at all? They exploit them for 4 years and they back in the hood selling crack and weed. How is that a portal to power?
Yeah, I understand that, but at the same time, I feel as though someone like Deion Sanders can come through that and continue to elevate.
So Deion Sanders bragging the other day that gained the home opener for the University of Colorado, Boulder, Colorado, with a Black percentage of 1.3%. Cracker land. 1.3% Black people in Boulder. Y'all know King Kong was coming. 1.3% Black people in Boulder, Colorado, 2.6% Black students at the University of Colorado. Deion bragging that the home opener made $18 million. What did that do for us?
I mean, I understand that, but I think he's thinking about his journey. The same. Hold on. The same way you're thinking about your journey.
No, my life is for the people. Everything I do is for the people.
All right. I understand that.
is that valid though? Right? Before we, did he make sense? I ain't gonna lie, on my end, he made sense, right? Yeah, like you just said, his journey ain't for the people though. And the thing about it to me though, like I just don't think you can get mad at him because he ain't about the people. Like, he was an athlete. He was never trying to be about the people. And to be the best athlete, I ain't gonna lie, he was great too. So you gotta be a little selfish and have an ego to a certain extent. So, I mean, I guess, great responsibility, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of power where you expected to do a lot of good, even though you probably didn't ask for that position. You was given it though, huh? That's what he trying to say.
And we're gonna have some clapping and all of that.
You gonna have it.
It's funny to me.
Because I'm the realest man in Black America.
Listen. What we're gonna talk about is the truth, though, because
we're dealing with the truth.
We have to live in reality. The claps don't make us right or wrong, right? What we have to focus on is the truth. You're telling me that your life. So if that was the truth, if your life was all for the people, you'll live at that school. You wouldn't have a home.
I probably won't go home once the school opens.
Before it opens, you would take the money from your home and put it in the school.
I have.
I mean, not to nitpick, but not necessarily though. Like, you can have a home and be about the people. I think that's rational.
F.
All of it.
Just about.
See, that's what I'm saying. So there's room to think about yourself.
Yes, but yourself does not take precedence over the people. My life is for the people. It is not about personal achievement.
So you don't
nothing wrong with that. Here's what I'm saying, because I don't want to make it all about Deion. You understand?
Right.
This is a systemic problem we have as Black people, where we never subvert the personal agenda for the best interests of the race. That's where we have to go. Chinese, the race come first. European Jews, the race come first. Arabs, the race come first. And with Black people, ourselves come first. And that's why we can't win, because all power is in the group. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Hey man, look, bro, that's facts again. That's why we talk about the Birdland Conference on her, because what he just said, right? Even back then, right? That wasn't too long ago in the at the end of the 1800s. They split up Africa. They had their little discrepancies or arguments, but they came together, right? And they split up an entire continent that was 3 times the size of them. Africa is 3 times the size of Europe, and they split it up. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because of what he just said. Teamwork, and we need to learn from that. We really do.
Hey, y'all are funny, man. Y'all are so funny. Hey, you know they were gonna do this, cause you're powerful with this talking thing.
Nashville, make some noise.
This is why I brought you though, Umar, because again, the way you speak, I think you're one of the most brilliant speakers in the world. But again, I want us to hammer this point down. You don't sleep at the school, right?
Well, remember,
You do have a life outside of the school, outside of the mission, outside
I have a school. I have a life outside of the school, but I don't have a life outside of the mission. There's nothing I do on a daily basis that isn't directly tied to the liberation of African people.
I don't know.
Give me something.
I don't know your daily. You give me your daily routines. I don't know. I find that,
I'm at the airport today coming here. I'm on the phone consulting with a mother because they're trying to expel her special ed son illegally because they never done a manifestation determination. They never gave him the behavior plan that the IEP law requires him to have for them to even consider the expulsion. Then I'm on the phone with another mom trying to help her save her son. People call me 2, 3 o'clock in the morning with mental health and educational emergencies. You understand? So I'm not saying that I am the most devout Black man on the planet. I'm just saying if it ain't me, I don't know who it is.
All right, so let's get back to Deion, because you popping it right there. Let's get back to Deion. So in all actuality with Deion, I feel as though when I look at even people like business doesn't have moral clause in it, right? So
No, European business doesn't have.
and
moral
that's what the colleges are, right? Ain't that the European structure?
Okay.
All right, so we're speaking about again, situational awareness. You cannot ignore the facts. Deion is inside of a structure and a system that he has to play a certain game the same way you do.
So Deion had to lead Jackson to go to all-white Colorado because he's in the system?
Yeah.
No, Deion.
I believe Deion to be chasing a dream. I believe Deion to be chasing a position for him, his family, and then the mission. I believe the mission is still in the car with Deion. Sometimes when I hear you talk
What is the
about
mission?
the mission for him is saving kids.
At an all-white school, who he saving black up there? Who Deion saving?
They go.
Who Deion saving?
I mean, he laughing, he ain't answered though. I ain't gonna fake it. Like I ain't gonna lie, I hammer that right there. Like, nah, bro, we ain't moving forward, bro, till you answer that, bro. Who is he really saving black, bro, up there, bro? You know what I'm saying? Because that is the difference. At HBCU, you're there every day, and you get to impact numerous amounts of black individuals, even if it's not on the athletic level. You see what I'm saying? Just your presence. Other people there understand that you're there. So that could still inspire them, and then even surrounding HBCUs can be uplifted as well because they know that you rocking with HBCUs in general. So I ain't gonna lie, when it comes to the points, Dr. Umar get that point right there, because that is a great point, and he ain't have an answer for that. You feel me? He ain't have an answer.
At the University of Colorado.
He's saving children though.
Look,
His son, there they go.
whose son? His.
Did you save your daughter?
Of course.
All right,
But
so
not
that
at the
I don't like.
expense.
Hold on.
Not at the
Once
expense.
you keep
Not at
on,
the
what I
expense.
think. Listen, it comes off disingenuous for me when you try to act like I'm gonna put y'all in front of me and mine. I got to save me and mine. He got his son with him. He is on a
I didn't know
mission.
Deion Sanders was broke and poor in the hood.
No, not at all.
Okay,
But
then.
my mission
So-
ain't accomplished. You ain't broken poor, but your mission ain't accomplished.
Okay.
So every day we wake up, we go towards the mission.
How is his mission tied to the white college?
His mission is tied to success and results. You're looking at it for him, his family, his
For him
son.
and his family. What about
So,
the community?
Again, that's still on the agenda, but it
Where
just,
at an all-white school? Where is the community on the agenda? Where is the black community on the agenda at Boulder, Colorado?
So what I did, if I'm Deion Sanders, I come into Jackson State and lay a blueprint. I break a mold. I do something that's never been done before. You
And
to
that
ask
was?
me. That's what you just spoke to. You spoke to him bringing all this revenue, bringing these
And he was there
athletes.
for how long?
That's not what we're speaking about.
No, it is what we're speaking of.
Okay.
Because it shows a lack of commitment.
No.
See, here's the issue.
opportunity call.
You know what the bigger issue is here?
Go ahead.
What do we value more? Building systems of success for young black children or being accepted by white people? That's what this is about. Deion went to Colorado not for the money, because he wanted to prove to white people he could coach white children.
All right. Hey, y'all see his face, man? Look at this dude, man. He like, what? I don't know if that is, I don't know about that, but I ain't gonna go that far. I get why he tried to say that, but to say, you gotta think different. Like, Deion ain't sit here saying, I'm gonna prove to these whiteys that I can coach white people. Yeah. Nah, I don't think that's it. I think money tied into it, and I also think, you know, he got tired of having to do extra work, because HBCUs, they take a lot of work. I ain't gonna fake it though. That is real.
That's not right.
Look at all them, look. Oh, it is right. Look. Did y'all see all the celebrities who was at that game last week? Did y'all see them? Flying all the way to Boulder, Colorado. Why they don't come to Tennessee State like that for your homecoming? Why they not at Howard like that?
I mean, them questions. And that's true, huh? They ain't showing up to none of that. They don't care. Because they don't care about no Tennessee. They don't care about Howard. And that's the truth.
Why they not at South Carolina State? You know why? Because it was a white school.
Oh,
It's
sir.
the same reason why entertainers will go to the Grammys and go to the AMAs, but they'll start fights at the Source Awards and the BETs because we value white people. We want to be accepted by white people. Deion wanted white people to know he could coach at a white school.
I think this is miscategorization, Mr. Dr.
No,
I think what Deion wanted was to show that he can be successful in collegiate sports.
He could have done that in Jackson.
I think because he did it in Jackson. This is the point I'm making.
2 years, was it?
Yeah, he did it, and he did it. He did it. So what I'm saying is, though,
Brother, come on.
listen.
He used them to get seen, known, to go to a white college. And you know what I think, y'all? I believe the white power structure sat down, had a meeting, and said, we got to put it in.
Before we go into his belief, though, like that's valid. Because, you know, the reports were saying that people weren't trying to hire Deion. So that's why he went to Jackson State. Then he got his good look at Jackson State and just deuces, fuck out of there, I'm gone. So that is valid.
Into this. If we let Deion stay at Jackson and he start pulling Ed Reed and Randall Cunningham and all these ex-NFL greats to these HBCUs, they gonna steal our money. This is $1 billion empire. We cannot afford for the HBCU to steal all the top tier athletes because there will be a reversal of power in D1 sports. This is what they said. And they said, we know Deion ain't the loyal type to the black community because he the one who also criticized Colin Kaepernick for taking a knee. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to get the whitest school
But this ain't what they said. This is still alleged.
in the country to offer him some money to come teach them because he could have went somewhere. They were making a statement. Deion was sent to Colorado to make a statement that every one of them ninjas got a price. Find his and pay him off.
You know what I think, and they listen. See them facing. You see, look.
Talk to me about
Hey,
that.
y'all feel him. Listen, when he sit back and do you like this, bro. When he sit back and do you like this right here, he kicking the highest game he can kick right there. As high as he can get, boy. But it's effective. Listen, I think what I believe is that in college sports we have to be effective to get hired to do certain things. Just like you, I want you to look at it through your lens and the things you've been able to do and how you had to exit certain routes. You had black people come and try to fix your school up, and you had an issue with that. Sometimes the power structure calls for us to need a handoff, need an assist, need something to put us in a position.
Black contractors scheming and scamming ain't got nothing to do with Deion running to 1.3% black.
This is what I'm saying
about Colorado.
So here let's wrap that around. HBCUs and business in general, not HBCUs, but business in general has no moral clause.
I disagree with that.
From
a European standpoint, yes, we ain't Europeans. Our business always have a clause.
So for
Integrity.
us not to have access to power, what business or industry do we even control?
We are $2 trillion people. my
What
brother.
business or industry do
don't,
we
and
control?
that's the problem. And we
Okay,
ain't
so
never
what?
control
All right,
none.
so his
Leave the
access
black
to
school for the white one.
his access to power goes through
Boulder, Colorado.
the power structure.
All this money Deion making for them, by the time he's done, he would have made far more for them than he earned from them. Not only that, God forbid,
That's everything.
if he ever begin. But the point is, he shouldn't even be in that position because you had the chance to restructure an entire HBCU athletic system permanently, and you sold it out for money to go to a white college. That's the facts of the
I
situation.
disagree with that.
It's the facts. It's undisputable. That's what he did.
That's
Why he not still at Jackson?
He's not at Jackson because he had an opportunity call.
An opportunity to go to coach at a white school.
No, to showcase his skills in a different level.
Oh, we don't know what Deion is capable of?
No, not in college. Not again. You have to coach in these different markets the same way you got to go speak in different markets. Same way I got to podcast.
But I don't
in different
compromise.
markets. It ain't about compromise.
It is. He
It's about
compromised.
results. I keep telling you, I'm showing up to show out.
Results
I ain't showing
for
up
who?
to do that other stuff.
Results for who?
for my stat sheet for what I've been able to do. Yeah, so if
They try to turn black people to a permanent underclass, and you talk about stat sheets? Burn the damn stat sheets.
Nah, you need that, Umar. If that's the case, you would sleep in the mop room at your school.
I will be. I don't think I'll ever leave once I get there.
These are future plans, but this dude here is working now. I'm telling you, if you believe what you're telling me, you will walk in that school and say, damn it with the house, damn it with the car. Until this school get up and rolling, Umar don't got nothing.
Well, I agree with everything.
All right, so that's my point.
You can't compare my commitment to the black community to Deion's because he has yet to show it.
You don't think he's saving children?
Doing what?
Being the motivation. Continue.
I'll rest my case.
Oh, so you don't think motivation is necessary?
Brother, to whom much is given, much is required.
You telling that to me, and I got a lot.
Deion has a lot.
Yeah.
So for you to tell me that he's somehow benefiting black children because they see him winning at a white college, that's the same argument Obama maniacs made when Barack was in the White House and Negroes said just him being there was a benefit to black people. Only problem with that, it didn't play out in the statistics. High school graduation didn't go up, crime didn't go down. You understand? We didn't do better on a single index in this country as a result of Obama being in the White House. So now you're giving me Deion on the white football field, Barack Obama in the white man's house. Listen.
They're clapping for nothing. They're clapping for nothing.
No, they clapping for the truth.
They're clapping for nothing. It's hard. It's hard because you're not even getting through it and they're clapping. So I know they're clapping for nothing.
No. They hear me, but more than hearing me, they feel me.
Yeah, they feel you. I feel you. I believe you to be the truth, like I always say.
Yes, sir.
But I'm telling you that I believe you not to believe what you're saying. I don't believe that you truly believe that someone should put everything they have into the mission. I don't see you doing that.
That's the only way we win.
I don't see you doing it though.
You don't see me doing it?
No.
Okay. Show me another psychologist who has done more to change the way black parents deal with the mental health and school system in this country.
I haven't seen, I know what you do, and for the sake of conversation, let me push back.
In history.
For the sake of conversation, I will push back. Where's the result? Show me some numbers. Show me something tangible I can look at.
I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have every parent I've ever saved and child I help email you directly. And then you can take it from there, my brother.
All right, now I'll definitely have it. I'll pull it up on
Black power.
On the interview.
Black
You see,
power.
and here's the
Black power yesterday, black power today, and black power tomorrow. But most of all, black queens forever, snow bunnies never.
We got off track from Deion.
Y'all getting Dr. Umar Johnson in rap form tonight.
We back to Deion.
Y'all getting Dr. Umar Johnson in rap form. So how far are you willing to go for your children?
As far as the mission required. See, here's the thing. We have different value systems, right? And the problem with black people is we operate on a platform of selfishness and individual agenda. Every other group, the culture comes first. The culture comes first. Could you imagine if Deion Sanders was at a historically Mexican college and he got an offer to go to Boulder, Colorado and turn his back on the Mexican student?
Like I just left the equator, and that's in Ecuador. They like that for real though. That's like a good example because the lady that was giving us the tour, she kept saying, "In my country, my country, my country, my country." They proud of their country. You see what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna fake it. That's facts. They not jumping shit. They don't even want our. They don't want our help. They wouldn't want to abandon their culture for America. Hell, nah, they wouldn't.
Students at the Mexican college on the Mexican football team, he would have never done.
Why is this looked at like turning your back? He took a job.
But because he did. He had a chance to make a structural, systemic, historic change and the benefit of
So
black
you
athletics.
believe you believe that they would have let him make that change, but you don't believe that we have that access to any power. But he could have made that change
What
single-handedly.
access to power at Boulder, Colorado?
No, it's not a finished product. This is what I'm saying.
Okay, what will the finished product look like?
But we don't know. But he's on a journey the same way.
Journey
See,
at
here's
a
the thing I
white-ass
find.
school
Here's the
to
thing
do
I
what?
find disingenuous. You were someone that started a school. You went through criticism. Every move you would
That's
try
part
to.
of the movement.
And here's another black man.
I'm building a black school. He had a white college. How you comparing them?
Listen, here.
I know Deion Sanders had a charter school. He never owned an independent school like I do. It was a charter school. It was a charter school. It was a charter school.
Well,
Do you know what a
hold
charter
on,
school
sweetheart.
is?
We'll give y'all a chance.
Charter schools
We'll give
are
y'all a chance to
publicly
speak.
owned, sister.
You know, we all live recording.
Charter schools are publicly owned.
We
The
are
Frederick
live
Douglass
recording.
Marcus Garvey Academy is independently owned by black
But
people.
I'm saying, listen, back to what I'm
Charter
saying. Hey,
school.
Umar.
LeBron James,
Oh,
charter
Umar.
school.
Dr.
Puffy
Umar
Combs, charter
Johnson.
school.
Dr.
General
Umar
charter school.
Johnson.
Know what you say?
Dr. Umar Johnson.
On which?
Stop
She
it.
was wrong. I had to clarify.
Yeah, I understand. Listen, though.
Who owns it?
Listen.
Who owns it?
Listen.
Who owns it?
Hey, hold on, sweetheart. We'll give you an opportunity. I'm going to give you a mic
They
in
have
just
no
a
school.
second.
It's a charter school.
Listen, though. You're judging Deion Sanders, and this is
Can we
not a
get off
finish.
Deion?
We will in a minute, but I don't. Hey, hold on. Now, hey, man, y'all
I
don't.
love my
Hold on.
brother.
Whoa. Hold on.
I love my brother.
This is my show. Let's remember that. This is long show. Y'all can clap all you want. We have to talk about the things I want to talk about.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sorry, right? Dr. Umar. Because I haven't finished this point. I really want us to spend some time in. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But in
I just don't
particular,
want it to look like I'm trying to dig.
I know these guys. They know this is. I'm just trying to get information, and I want you to speak to them.
Yes, sir.
As if he's watching. I want you to speak as if they're watching because they 9 times out of 10 are.
watching. They all watching.
So I'm telling you, and this is important to me. So now, I'm saying that I feel as though it's unfair for you to judge Deion Sanders in this current position as he is on the journey the same way you were on your journey for 12 years to build a school that some people say.
I just want to say that was good by the hoes, right? Not to get upset, still set the boundary and get the feng shui back on motion.
Should have took 1 year.
Okay.
Now,
But how can they say that if they never built it?
you've never did what he did.
He never done what I'm doing.
So again, why you speaking?
Well, what is he doing? He going to a white college?
No,
a lot of black coaches went to a white college. What do you mean?
No. He's breaking the code of what it looks like to be a head coach. He's trying to get to a
He
head
the first
coach.
black head coach of a white school?
No. He's the first
You
of his
just said-
kind. He's the first of his kind.
Okay,
He's a different kind of coach.
Okay, and at the end of the day, what are you expecting to come out of Deion? What does he change being a coach at this white school? Let's say Deion goes 30 years undefeated. What the hell did he change for black people at that all-white school?
Wait.
I mean, that's a loaded question. He can change a lot of
it ain't
things.
loaded.
Yeah, see, you can't
What he
tell me what a
changed?
loaded question is. These are tactics, and I know you're a great speaker. Stop the tactics. You know,
Nah.
the this, the did. These are tactics.
Nah, you ain't answer the question though. Don't talk about the tactics. You know, people like to spend energy. There's energy, right? So when he asks the question, you can spend energy legitimately answering, or you can spend energy talking about the tactics that he used with his arms that don't mean it. It's kind of like a straw man fallacy, right? You're just trying to distract, bro. Nah, man, I ain't gonna fake it. Dr. Umar made a good point again, though. He ain't answered. That's why he laughing.
These are tactics, so we want to just have a. Now listen, I believe him. Let's just move off Deion, because I feel as though.
please.
Hey, look, I feel as though. You clap too much, we going back.
What? So he
Clap
would've
too much,
moved
we
in
going
my
back.
show.
Let's
Then when
talk
he
about
make a good
ESPN
point,
and
he
Fox.
booed.
What we saw with Shannon Sharp.
So then he moved the goalpost. I ain't gonna lie. What? Me personally, of course, I agree with Dr. Umar, bro, because I just think Dr. Umar is looking at it from a 4th dimension. He's looking at it from a 3rd dimension. He's looking at it just from the 3rd dimensional level. Like, bro, he just took a job, bro, and he just getting money, bro. It's cool. Dr. Umar see the big picture, though. You know, like what he could have did was bigger than this job, you know, but you know, everybody just don't see the vision, man. And you can't get mad. That's what I'm learning. You can't get mad at people who don't see the vision. The only thing you can do is focus on it yourself and hope to inspire as many people as you can along the way, bro. That's all you can do. The second part of this, we'll come back. It's only like 16 minutes, so we'll come back and finish the second part. Well, for real, I'd rather just finish it right now. Come on, we're gonna jump into this.
According to Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp had a run-in and he was let go. This news just came out. A lot of people thought he left on his own or on some kind of good
So Shannon and Skip had a run-in.
Yeah, there was some argument live
Backstage.
about
The live show. I remember that.
Yeah, and so I think that bled over to behind the scenes and led into eventually those two guys not being able to coexist. Shannon Sharp is now on ESPN. Stephen A. Smith broke the news that he was asked to leave. What do you think about people like Shannon Sharp sitting next to someone like Skip Bayless and providing that type of style and swag to those?
I think the Shannon Sharp, Skip Bayless situation is so symbolic for black people in America on many levels, because Shannon was a better commentator than Skip. He made the show, but because Skip was the privileged white man, Shannon made the mistake of outshining the master. And within the white power structure, you're not allowed to do that. And so Skip was willing to cut off his fingers to teach Shannon a lesson that you never go against the white hand that feeds you. And so it was unfortunate, but I'm glad Shannon is gone, because to me, I believe he was selling himself short, constantly trying to play humble black man to this arrogant white man.
You think he played humble up there? I've seen him do
did many a times, and you saw it on y'all saw him when he kept trying to ingratiate himself to Skip. He tried to win Skip.
Give me some
back
example.
over.
Give me an example.
Just in the nonverbals, in the language, in the deference. He always tried to make sure he didn't go too far in challenging Skip. He always started the shows with the hand,
Pound, yeah.
the pound.
Yeah.
You know, he wanted it. He didn't want to leave. I think Shannon tried to win Skip back over, but Skip, being the slave master he is, he needed to teach Shannon a lesson. And although his ratings are going to drop, in Skip's mind, it was well worth it, because in the mind of a white man, what good am I if I can't even check a black man? So that was all about race, and it was about power. And I think Shannon may have not fully understood the rules of racism. And the first rule of racism is all white people are racist. And the second rule of racism, white people don't share power with black people. So the minute Shannon wanted an equitable power sharing in the conversation on Undisputed, he had to go. Skip had to let him know, we are not partners. I'm the slave, you're the slave, and I'm the slave master. Shannon tried to break the code, change the power dynamic. White people don't do well with you changing power dynamics, because at the end of the day, all they have is their white privilege over and above you. But with that being said, and I love my brother Shannon Sharp, I think he got a good heart, but until he stopped running around with them damn snow bunnies, I'll never be able to give him the total respect that he deserves. I think he's a good brother, but he gotta heal whatever went on with him and his children's mother, ex-wife, whatever. But for him to be as dark as he is and to only be running around with white women, it's a disgrace to the race.
So love isn't love to Dr. Umar Johnson.
If love is love, why don't we see rich white women marrying broke-ass black men? If love is love.
Does that speak to, what are you saying with that?
I'm saying, what white woman married to a black man has ever done anything significant to help black people? Kobe Bryant's widow, Vanessa, who inherited over $1 billion worth of his wealth, she just did a college partnership in Kobe's name. And all 5 colleges she chose to be part of this Kobe Bryant thing were white. She didn't choose a single black college for this black man's money who didn't attend a college at all.
Isn't college the European power structure? Why, so do we participate with it or not? Like at some points we hear, yo, get outside the power structure, create your own. Then other moments we hear, yo, you should have stayed at that HBCU in the white power structure because you still could have utilized it. But if you go to this other school, you're in the white power structure and you can do nothing. I'm confused as to why the power. Okay, help clarify.
But you can go to the schools and learn specific things to use outside of the school. That is correct, but that's why the long-term goal here. The only real way to get out, it's not just money, but farming. The name of the game is to eat. That's why we go over getting our own land and then growing our own food. Because if you can get your own land and grow your own food, I just left the Amazon. I just seen indigenous people, real indigenous people, on an island. We don't have to live exactly like them, but we can definitely learn a lot from them. They can get their own food and they can build their own houses. They can get their own water. They don't even have to think about the European structure. So that's what we need to do. Period. That's the best way. We can use the money to get the resources to start back farming and agriculture. Because again, we're animals. So the name of the game is to eat regardless. So if we can provide our own food, then we're pretty much winning at this game of life, period.
Boulder, Colorado. At Jackson State, he could have did a lot. What we're talking about is Kobe Bryant's widow taking his black man's money and not using any of it to support HBCU.
I know black people ain't supporting nothing with their money.
Okay, so do I. But that wasn't the point.
So it ain't about the skin color, it's about the
No,
intention.
it is about skin color. It's always about race.
It's black
Everything in America is about race.
It's black people that don't help black people.
And
I ain't been helped by...
Because they've been taught not to help black people.
Okay, so if that's
and who taught them not to help black
people? It's still situational awareness.
Who conditioned them not to help black?
Still the same situation.
Who trained them not to help black? There's a history to self-hatred. I'm not exempting black people, but any problem we got, if you don't start with a plantation analysis, you off base.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm telling you that it's not just being black that makes you contribute to the cause. And I think you're framing it like
black and conscious. Black and
all right, so you got black people with money that don't check the conscious box, that do nothing for the black community.
That's true.
So if we can't just say, if you're black and in a position that you're gonna do something.
But you can't scapegoat psychologically dysfunctional Negroes from the fact that they exist in a white racist power structure. The power structure is still the power structure, whether you commit it or not. And the only way we're going to get black people to be focused on building their own institutions and systems is to build our own institutions and systems. That's what Deion could have helped us do at Jackson State.
No, because
he chose Snow Bunny Boulder, Colorado.
No. See, and this is where I just think you just tripped yourself up. Because you're still telling Deion to participate in an HBCU system.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so there we are. You're still in the, so how can you do something if the system is the system no matter where you go?
A black system is a black system. A white
system. So now you're saying college, if it's a HBCU, is a black system.
The HBCUs grew out of a legacy of enslavement. You understand?
Yeah, but that, you know.
They were built to give black people the opportunity to learn how to make it in this world. They are discriminated against. They are ignored, and they are being marked for extermination. Deion Sanders was at an HBCU at a time where they really could have used him to stay put and create a system that would have revolutionized the financial system of Division I sports. That's all I'm saying.
What do you think about?
Chose money.
What do you think about female rap?
What do I think about female rap? Be more specific.
This,
I think all gangster rap
over-sexualizing.
is hell.
So we'll get to gangster rap. I want to focus on female.
Well, they
rap.
gangster raps too, ain't they?
So it's kind of over-sexualized. People to say that
Absolutely.
it's reached a certain height
Absolutely.
that is uncomfortable for certain
Absolutely.
people.
Pre-pornographic.
So you have no, I mean, what's your thoughts on it? Just that's it.
If I were in charge, there would be no gangster rap and there would be no soft pornography rap. It'll all be exterminated. And one of the biggest contradictions I see right now as we celebrate the 50 years of hip hop is I don't hear nobody having a conversation on how hip hop has hurt Black America. Gangster rap is the marketing scheme for the mass incarceration of Black males. And nobody's saying nothing about it. 50 years of gangster rap, 50 years of hip hop. Most of the money made by Jewish publishing houses. Not a single Black institution, relevant Black institution. And let me tell you what relevant institutions are. Schools, banks, hospitals, supermarkets, manufacturing and distribution centers. 50 years, billions of dollars, the most influential music form on earth. And in 50 years, they haven't built a single institution for Black people. Throw it in the trash.
So that's gangster rap. And I've heard you also say that they're flaunting in certain things. You feel as though that they're almost shitting on Black people who are
the main message of gangster rap is I made it out the ghetto, you didn't. And I'm gonna flaunt to you what I have that you may never get. It's about making yourself look important to people who don't have much.
Now, by you, see, you made a lot of money off. Do you know you
I make a lot of money off what?
Yeah, I got you. Just hold what you got. Do you know that? Do you know that? Do you know that you've made a lot of money in like the motivation?
All right, so we're gonna get a little talk about his finances, but what do you think though, right? Do you agree with Dr. Umar? You know, I don't even know who this other dude is, but this is show. It's up there. Or do you believe it's up there? Me personally, I'm going with Dr. Umar, bro. I see the big picture, bro. I see what you could have did, bro. I see you could have really helped people out. And that's what it's about, honestly. Sacrifice so that others can truly get ahead. But you know how it go, man. You can't, me personally, I learned to not look at an athlete as a Martin Luther King or a Malcolm X or a Fred Hampton. That's not realistic in my eyes. If they do it, if you are Muhammad Ali, you rare. Yeah, but I ain't expecting